Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Tracy? Oh, perfect.
Welcome to our Yoga for Everybody session today. My name is Skylar Ramirez. Let's get started. So let's start with taking our feet out to the width of the pelvis bones, or maybe bring them in just a little more narrow. We want to establish a strong base of support so that we can start strengthening through the pelvic floor, up to the spine, into the neck and the head. From here, let's roll those shoulders down and back. Check in with the knee joints. Maybe give just a little soft bounce into the knees. We just want to make sure that we open up for some healthy circulation. From here, allow your chin to come down. Now, I know that this chin down position doesn't necessarily reflect a really healthy posture, but it is going to help to stretch the fascia running along the sides of your spine all the way down into your low back. So we're just going to target the low back for now. From here, as we inhale, let's breathe in through the nose and lift our shoulders a little bit. And now exhale, drop the shoulders and breathe out from your throat. Just a nice big sigh of relief. Inhale, pull the shoulders up. And then exhale, sigh of relief. So little scapular raises. Inhale, lift. Exhale, relax. Just one more. Big breath in. And now relax. Good. Let's bring our hands to the heart. We're going to work from the bottom up in stretching and strengthening the body today, taking our left foot back a casual stride and bending that right knee. From here, we're opening up those elbows, taking the fingertips behind the head, creating what we call butterfly arms. As we inhale, let's pull the elbows back, pull up through your ribs, and maybe lift the chin, cradling the head in your hands. Exhale, pull those elbows in, and then bend both knees and tuck the tailbone under, creating a small standing abdominal crunch. As we inhale, we're straightening both legs, tiny micro bend in the knees. Inhale, open up, allow the chin to lift, cradled with the hands. Exhale, both knees bend, looking forward, rounding the spine. Let's try maybe 3 more. Inhale, open up. Both legs straight, lift the chin, open the throat. Exhale, both knees bend. Pull the tailbone down, contract that belly button in tight to the spine. Option to close your eyes as we move through maybe just 2 more of these. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, just 1 more. Inhale, open, butterfly arms, hip stretch, spine stretch. Exhale, contract. Inhale, open up, stand nice and tall. Let's bend that front knee, reaching the arms straight up overhead, pressing the palms in as if we're holding on to a 20-pound bowling ball. So you can actually shape your hands like you're holding onto that bowling ball, and hopefully this can ward off carpal tunnel issues that can happen over long periods of time of sitting at our keyboards. Big inhale, reach. Exhale, turn the palms out to the side, bend the elbows, and start to sweep those arms down. Let's shift forward, placing our hands onto the right thigh. From here, we're bending both knees and releasing our hips back. So hopefully as we release the hips back, sometimes our clothing can be really constricting along this low back and hip line, but hopefully we're able to feel an active push back through the hip joints. So we're creating a dip in the low back, which is considered safer for your lumbar spine. Inhale, lengthen out, big breath in. Exhale, come down a little more. Maybe just keep the hands on the thighs. Now, at any time, if we notice that the hands may comfortably travel past the knee to the shin, we could walk our hands down to our right shin instead, and just continue to support your spine. Let's shake our head yes. Turn the head left and right. Bring the head to a still point. Let's walk our hands up to neutral. Bending that right knee and straightening back really strong through that left foot. Maybe even pause, close the eyes, start to feel the energy pushing straight down into that right foot. So we want our weight distributed in such a way where If we wanted to take a step forward, we would be ready to put all of our weight on that right foot and come forward. And you are welcome to do a little test with that. So we're going to push that left heel back, pin that heel down to the ground, but there's an energy that is stronger in the right foot. Let's take our left hand, turn the fingers towards the left, bring the right hand out as if you're going to shake hands with someone, and now slowly roll that back 3 circles, bringing it down, inhale, reaching forward, easy does it, going nice and slow. Why do we go nice and slow? Because no one ever said to me, I moved so slow with so much awareness that I got hurt. I've never heard that ever in class. One more circle, big breath in. From here, we're tucking the knuckles of the right hand into our low back. Let's just take a moment to work with the neck, looking over our right shoulder. Start to notice your breath in the upper right lung. So just pausing here, breathing into that upper right lung. Usually we twist on an exhale, but today we're going to twist on the inhale in the right lung. So when you're ready, exhale all the way first. And now inhale, drawing that right shoulder back and maybe pressing the left shoulder over that right thigh just a little bit. We can keep our head turned over the right shoulder, working on strengthening the neck, or maybe look down towards the floor so that you can isolate that deep spiraling energy through the spine while you protect the neck. One more breath into that right lung. Staying where we are, let's all look down towards our right foot, bring the chin into the chest, and straighten your right leg. Both legs straight now. We could always put more pressure into our left hand, coming down a little more with the chest, and you might start to have some sensations along your low back or your right hip. That is completely normal. As long as you're not getting tension in your nostrils or your head, you're doing it right. From here, exhale all the way. Pause, pull the muscles up in the pelvis, hold that contraction. There's no breath. Now quickly pull the belly button in and up. It's the surprise breath. 1, 2, 3. And now twist a little more. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Bend the front knee. Both hands to the thigh, coming out of that twist. Shifting forward, we're lifting our back heel, stepping with the feet at the width of the pelvis bones. Having the knees bent, we're taking our arms out to the side, checking in with the hips. Maybe pull in and then press back. Again, it might feel kind of odd, especially if we've had to sit a lot today. You might feel like you're really pushing the buttocks back like a lot. It might feel like sway back, but this is a corrective movement to help prevent pain in your spine. Let's push into our feet. Inhale, bring it up. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale, palms to the heart, closing the eyes, letting the body work on balance. Let's try sweeping the arms 2 more times. Inhale, bring it up. Remember to smile. Exhale, palms drawing into the center of the chest, pressing into the palms of the hands. 1 more. So this little palm press is also used to help prevent carpal tunnel. It's the opposite angle as sitting at your keyboard. From here, we're taking our other foot back, right foot, bending the left knee. Inhaling, bringing the hands up, cradling the head, opening up with butterfly arms, just keeping it here for a moment, finding the breath, feeling the energy dynamic in the feet. When you're ready, straightening out that left leg a little bit. Inhale, open the elbows and open the throat, letting the head rest back into the hands. As we exhale, we bend both knees, crunch in with the elbows, and round the spine, tucking the tailbone under. Inhaling, straightening our legs, opening up, head can rest back into the hands for support. Exhale, both knees bent, rounding and contracting the stomach. at least 3 more of these. So many different health benefits to this. This does also replicate an abdominal crunch to strengthen the core without us having to get down on the floor. Closing the eyes, let's do just one more of these standing abdominal crunches with our butterfly arms. Inhale, coming up to center, keeping that little bend in the front knee. From here, we're taking the arms out to the side and then bringing them down onto our front leg. Flipping the hips back. This little flip in the hips that creates a spread or a stretch along the back, it's called a hip hinge. You've seen it before on the posters at Home Depot. It tells you how to lift items. That's what we're doing. Now, as we hold it here, maybe closing the eyes, being aware of the right heel, pushing down and back into that right heel. You could even try to lift your right toes off the ground to make sure that the energy is really anchored in that right heel. Shifting forward, pushing down into that left foot with a flat back. At any time, if you want to check in with that energy in the left leg, tap it in and then bring it back so that we know that we're truly weight bearing in that front leg. Holding it here, let's take our right hand onto the left leg, fingertips facing this way. Taking our left hand up, we're going to reach it out like we're trying to shake hands, and then keep a little bend in the elbow as we roll it back. 3 of these. Going nice and slow. Inhale as the body opens. Isolating most of the movement in the waist or the trunk of the body, less in the shoulder. It's more about this swivel in the belly region. So we're able to kind of wring out the intestines and hopefully wring out any stress hormones like cortisol that could really start to bathe over our organs in the gut. One more nice circle with that left hand. Holding our left knuckles to the low back. Keeping that healthy bend in our left knee. Pausing here, again, maybe closing the eyes and just thinking about breathing into the upper left lung or to the left side of the chest. In energy medicine, it's the left side of the body that's responsible for giving love and giving all those attributes, extensions of love, patience, kindness, understanding. So sometimes when the left side of the body is achy, it can be beneficial to just check in with ourselves where we might be kind of withholding love in some way. I'm not talking to anybody in particular. I'm not. Right side of the body is for receiving love. From here, drawing on the inhale, that left shoulder back, pressing the right shoulder over that left leg, maybe turning to look over the left shoulder. Maybe it's just for a fraction of a moment, just enough time to introduce a little bit of mobility and strength to the neck. If it hurts at all, they have a saying, no pain, no gain, not in yoga. It's just no pain, no pain. So turn the head to neutral and maybe look down at the left foot. Breathing into that upper left lung. Exhale all the way, pause, pull the muscles up in the pelvis. 1, 2, 3, surprise, belly in and up. And now a little bigger twist, holding it. 3, 2, 1, staying in the pose, but releasing the belly, straightening the left leg, feeling as if that right hip is dropping in to the inside of the left knee. And you might notice some different new and interesting sensations revealing themselves in your body. Some people call it pain. We just call them new, interesting, revealing sensations. It's this special training we have called like transformational language. Oh, is that what we're calling it now? Interesting. Inhaling big into the left lung. And then exhale, let's bend both knees. Slowly unspiraling, unwinding at the waist. Repositioning the hips in case that right hip was in, push that right hip back. Both hands onto that front thigh. Let's step our right foot forward. Feet are just a little more narrow than the natural fleshy hip. Keeping the knees soft, bringing the hands out to the side, airplane pose, practicing pushing the hips back, release those hips, drop the belly, and lift the heart. When your body is ready, pressing into the feet, inhale, rise it up. Exhale, palms coming down to the chest. 2 more like this, closing the eyes as we have done all of this manipulation to the legs and the feet and the spine. This is the perfect time to just recalibrate, bring it back to the breath. Meeting with our hands at the heart, pressing the thumbs to the center of the chest. Let's take our feet out wider than the hips into a straddle. So the one precaution here is to watch the stride here. The wider out we go, the more pressure it's going to put onto your hip, sciatic nerve, SI joint, and piriformis, and IT band. And those are some of the most common issues that people have in office jobs. So if it starts to hurt, bring the feet in a little bit. Keeping our right toe forward, let's pick up our left toe and pivot it out to the side. Turning our palms up with the elbows bent. We're inhaling, reaching up overhead. Exhaling, flipping the palms out, bending our left knee and pressing down. This is our just little flow. We're going to do this a few times. Palms up, inhale, reach it up, kind of like a jumping jack. And then exhale, palms out, bending the knee, pressing down. Start to track your left hand with this. Inhale, coming up, watching the left hand and looking up. Keeping an eye on that left hand. Exhale, bringing it down. Tracking the hand one more time with eyes open. Creating an image of the body, of the hand into the mind. Now maybe close the eyes and still see your hand. Tracking from memory, from the felt sense. Inhale, straightening our legs, arms coming up and overhead. Exhale, still watching that left hand through the mind's eye, bending the left knee. 2 more, big breath. Exhale, at any time, open your eyes. That could be anchoring, especially if you notice that you get jittery. If your body starts to feel a little anxious, just open the eyes for a minute. Let's hold it with the hands in that down position. Straightening our left leg, making sure there is just a little micro bend. There are some styles of yoga that ask us to lock the joints out, but as a safety precaution, we always keep a soft joint. Let's start to push our tailbone back towards our right heel. And then try to lengthen out, pulling your left rib up over the left knee. Another way to maybe execute this movement is to think of trying to push your right rib down towards your hip. So it's almost like a side crunch type movement that we're doing. Let's continue to reach out while we press that right shoulder towards our right hip, bringing our left hand to the thigh, or pass the knee to the shin, letting your body decide. Let's take our top arm up and we'll look up, holding triangle pose. This is considered one of the most powerful detox poses in yoga. I know, I say the same thing. Now, notice what the arm is doing and just attempt to stabilize that shoulder. No movement in the shoulder for the next couple of breaths. Exhale all the way. Pause, navel in and up, suck in, and now try to push your left shoulder forward without moving the right shoulder. So it's creating a twist. And it's not really a twisting, it's called revolving energy. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hand to the hip. Let's bend our left knee and slowly push off that leg. If you get a little wave of heat, that's what it's for. Let's turn the left toe in. right toe out, bending our right knee, taking the arms out, little bend in the elbows. As we inhale, both legs are straight, arms reach up, looking at the right hand this time. Exhale, hands come down, palms press to shoulder height. Inhale, both legs straight, arms overhead, tracking the right hand. Exhale, tracking that right hand, bending the right knee, pressing the palms down. Option to close the eyes. So repetition doesn't so much, the number of reps we do doesn't so much count right now as much as it counts to match the breath to the movement. Wait for the inhale. Wait for the exhale. Notice that you can dissect the breath. And you'll begin to move in such a way where your practice is like a beautiful dance. The movement is choreographed to your breath. Just one more. Inhale, tracking that right hand. Exhale, coming down, tracking the right hand, warrior two pose. From here, we're straightening our right leg, shifting our tailbone back towards the left heel. And again, practicing that abdominal crunch on the left waistline while we continue to lengthen through the right. Hold it here and smile, letting the right hand go down to the thigh or the shin. Option to reach up with a little bend in that elbow, pressing the left shoulder away from the left ear. Looking up, maybe just for a moment, and then changing your position of the neck and head to a more comfortable place. This way, we're able to really isolate the twist and the detox. Breathing into that upper left lung without moving the left shoulder. Exhale all the way. Pause. Lift the pelvis. Lift through your belly. Scoop it up. And now push your right shoulder forward without moving the left shoulder. Stay in the pose, but release the contraction. Let's bend our right knee, pushing off the right leg, coming in our warrior two position to reset. Hands come down onto the waist or hips, pivot that right toe forward, and now inch the feet in. So we have a final big outer hip stretch today. And this is one of my favorite stretches. It doesn't just stretch muscles, we're actually targeting fascia. And that's like the word of this decade, right? It's all about the fascia. So we're gonna work on that today. It's gonna go from the arches of our feet all the way up and it wraps around our head. So this can actually help anything from leg cramps to tightness in your jaw or grinding of your teeth. It does involve a lot of left-right coordination. So I might turn away from you for this one because it just makes it easier. So for this one, first take your toes out like a little tiny plie position, like a ballerina. Let's lift our left heel, keeping that right knee bent, and we'll sweep that left foot just behind that right heel. From here, straighten the left leg, bending that right knee. Our hips are gonna push over to the left, keeping that deep bend in the right knee and both hands at the waist. Hold it here, lift up the shoulders a little bit, press the shoulders towards the hips. Let's extend the right arm, take it back just a little bit, turn the palm up and come up just shoulder height. You could even look back over your shoulder. Let's pat ourselves on the shoulder or on the back with that left hand. Inhale, lift the elbow. Hold it there. Keep pushing into that left hip. Breathing into the upper left lung. Finding your next inhale. Exhale all the way. Next inhale, straightening the left arm. Reaching up, holding on to 100 helium balloons. There's sensation of lifting while we push down into the left foot. You're welcome to press the arm over the ear, maybe even look over the right shoulder. One more big breath into the upper left lung with a big reach. And now exhale, left hand to the hip. Coming to center with the body, let's bend both knees, shifting forward. We're lifting our left heel and then sweeping that left foot around, returning to our foundation. Let's do the other side. Lifting our right heel, healthy bend, healthy weight distribution in the left foot. Sweeping the right foot so it's just next to that left heel. Left knee is bent, push back, right leg straight. From here, rolling that right shoulder back. Keep pushing back, shoulders pressed, little bit of a lift, and side crunch. Opening the left hand, taking it back, maybe looking over our shoulder, coming to only about shoulder height or less. Let's take our fingertips to the shoulder. Inhale, maybe lift it up a little more. Looking over to the left side of the body. Breathing big into the right lung, big inhale. Exhale all the way. Next inhale, right arm straight with the inhale. Big breath in, reaching straight up, holding on to 500 helium balloons this time. So there's a sensation of being lifted, but at the same time, we're pressing down and back. One more big breath into the upper right lung. Exhale, slowly let that right hand come down. Coming to center with our shoulders and ribs. Little bend in both knees. Shifting forward, straight down into the left foot. We're peeling up that right heel and then bringing it to center, returning to the foundation. Woo! We did it. All right, let's turn our toes forward, shake out your legs. Closing our practice today with just some nice big flying arms. Take your feet out to any comfortable stance. Inhale, sweep it back. Fly the arms overhead. Exhale, take the arms back. Maybe even close the eyes and allow yourself to move with a sense of buoyancy, just like you're in water. So if you had water all around you, like a synchronized swimmer, how might the movement change? And as we adopt this sense of buoyancy through our minds, through our bodies, may that give us the ability to rise above it all and float effortlessly through the rest of our day. Big inhale, reach. Exhale. Just one more. Big inhale. And now bringing the hands to the heart for our traditional closing. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.